All right, welcome everybody to our April Fierce Leader Team call. We're going to get started right away with Melissa with some recognition for this past month.
Okay, guys, so what a month. There was so much. I was like reflecting back on it. Like the oil of the month was balanced. We had so much engagement. Thank you, Lindsay. Our CEs are getting more creative, and I'm hearing like more of your voices, which is fun. We had a fun and interactive product call on balance with a really lively Q&A after. If you didn't see it, you should watch the recording. It was kind of fun. And we did life in color BOGOs, and we had leadership. So lots going on. Our total Fierce Leader count at this point is 1,937, and we had 9 enrollments last month. So congratulations, Laura Jaramillo, Laura Shields, and Emily Rashid. Each of you had 1 enrollment, amazing. And Amy Baumitz and I each had 3. So it was a fun month. And I can't wait to see what April's going to bring, because they're going to be revealing more and more as the month goes on.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. Good job, everyone. All right, Laura Whipperman is going to talk to us about our 10% off products of the month.
Sorry about that. So I was thinking a lot about this, talked to Lindsay about it a little bit. And I guess the biggest question that came to my mind is, I feel like we all know what Terra Shield is. It's the 10% product this month, 10% off. And how can we as leaders in doTERRA leverage the 10% off product? I mean, I think that's the big question, really. I feel I could be guessing, I could be wrong, but I think it might be true that the 10% off product each month is undersold, undermarketed, and underleveraged by us. So disagree, go ahead and disagree in the chat or chime in if you have, a different opinion or something. But I myself haven't paid enough attention always to the 10% off. I've kind of felt in the past like, well, 10% off isn't really that big of a percent. If I don't really need that oil, I'm going to let that one go. I don't say much to my customers about the 10% product. And so you get my drift. So I thought, well, let's talk about how we could leverage that for our customers in the month of April. And my first idea, I had actually a few ideas, but I decided to just go with 3 ideas to keep it simple. So idea number 1 is, hey, Terra Shield costs $13 wholesale. It's $11.70 this month with the 10% off. And in Terra Shield, there's lemongrass, thyme, cedarwood, geranium, and peppermint. If you are going to make your own insect repellent using those ingredients, you would spend $124 wholesale, plus the cost of some sesame seed oil, which is the carrier that doTERRA uses. Or you could spend $11.70 and get about 225 applications of Terra Shield at 2 drops per application. So I think it's really, really economical to buy Terra Shield and use it as a really safe and effective insect repellent. So idea number 2, save those spray or those spritz bottles from your Terra Shield spray, your On Guard hand sanitizer, your Serenity or your adaptive spray, and just put some Terra Shield in there with some oil and refill those bottles for handy on-the-go use. So again, you're really leveraging that Terra Shield at 10% off, and you're making it really go far by making your own little spray bottles that you can give to each one of your kids or each one of your family members and use it on the go. And my third idea is, think about the fact that insect season is already upon us in some parts of the country and is soon going to be here in the North Woods. And then estimate how many bottles of Terra Shield you might go through for an entire summer. For myself and Dan, so it's just the 2 of us at home, it's at least a bottle a month. And so think camping, think backyard campfires or barbecues, think about days at the beach, think about sending your kids to summer camp or hiking as a family on the trail. If you're a pet owner, you can use a lot of Terra Shield as a tick and other insect repellent on your dogs. Dog owners might go through more Terra Shield than other families without a pet do. So the challenge to your customer would be order all the Terra Shield that you're going to need right now in the month of April so that you're set for the whole summer. So order 5 bottles or 4 bottles or how many you think you're going to go through. Terra Shield smells really nice. It works effectively as long as you reapply often. So take that into consideration when thinking about how many bottles your customers would use and should order. So present one or more of these ideas or one of your own to help your customers make the most out of that 10% product for April, which is Terra Shield.
Thank you, Laura Whip. That was super amazing and super helpful. All right, Jerry Huffman is going to talk about the product of the month then a little bit.
Okay, so we have citronella. Again, that is in Terra Shield, but it's got other uses as well. So as most of us know, it comes from Asia. It's from the tall grass, and it is a powerful pest repellent, especially for mosquitoes. And it actually works by masking the human scent. So I kind of thought that's how it worked, but I wasn't sure, but it is. So the components inside include citronellol and geraniol. It's like geriatrics, which has really strong cleaning benefits. So put 4 drops in a spray bottle with some water, and I probably put a little witch hazel in there too, just to mix it up. And then that's a great cleaner as well. And you can add a couple drops to your shampoo, as well as, your conditioner, and use it that way as well. And it's also one of the oils in Purify. So I ran out of Purify and I was making some spray bottles for a customer. And so I had my citronella, which was great because then I could use it with the other oils that I had on hand to make up the Purify. It can be, I said topically. And so I looked back in Fierce Oilers and I found a testimonial by Laura Shields. And it was a couple summers ago. And she said she had an overnight, she found a bag of wet swimsuits with a poopy diaper in there, and it had been left over the weekend. And so she was like, how do I get rid of the smell? So she said she took the swimsuits out and got rid of the dirty diaper, but she soaked the swimsuits in some On Guard cleaner and some Purify, soaked it, and then washed them, and smell was gone. So there we go. So that's our free product of the month. So I think that's such a great incentive. But Laura Whipperman, I really love your ideas for Terra Shield. Awesome.
Awesome. That's so helpful. All right. Laura Hadamio is going to talk to us about the Mother's Day offerings.
I think so. I was a little bit confused because they're available right now, correct? Okay.
They launched on the 1st.
Okay. So the first is the Malama essential oil that is super bright, super uplifting. I think probably most of us got the little sample. Smells really good. They suggest blending it with a spa hand body lotion. So maybe getting a little lotion for mom or a diffuser and that oil, like a bracelet diffuser. Or if you're my mom, she would probably love the wool dryer balls. Also, my mom loves the Yarrow Palm. So I did order that for her. Hopefully she can't hear me right now. But the Yarrow Palm kit that comes with the serum and the facial Yarrow Palm, and then the nice smoothing stone. Like, anybody have one of those stones or something like it?
I want one.
So nice. It's so nice. I have the roller one. I don't have this one. And I'm all about crystals, like rose quartz, and having something like that in your energy field feels really good. And I know I'm missing one. What's the third one, Amy? Sorry.
You're good. It comes with the Malama, then comes with the Pilot Max diffuser.
Right.
If
Got
you
it.
want to do it that way.
Cool.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I think that the Max diffuser, from what I understand, runs longer in a bigger space, but seems to have like a very similar footprint. Like, it's still going to fit in your cup holder in the places that you want it to fit. Okay. I'm sorry. I got distracted by all the pretzel chewing over here. Sorry. Oh, that's what somebody mentioned it. The bubble diffuser. There's been murmurings. Em caught it in the prayer group. So the bubble diffuser is that cool little one that like it's like Febreze. It's like they like went straight for Febreze with oils, motion censored, and that's April 15th. It goes live. So I'm sure we'll get graphics in Canto. Nobody knows how to say it, from Doterra, and we'll get more info on that. Lindsay King is going to talk to us about the product. The oil of the month.
Yes. So Calmer is this month's Oil of the Month Club oil blend. And I feel like we all know that we would use this for calming and soothing and rest. But I also wanted to just highlight the concept of the Oil of the Month Club in just maybe a different way that you haven't thought of it. But another benefit to the Oil of the Month Club would be similar concept to telling our customers about the LLV and how it's the foundation and the base of a lot of their oil usage, which is absolutely 100% true. But on top of it, finding like the top 10 oils that everyone should have in their medicine cabinet or in their cleaning cabinet, using oils like the Oil of the Month Club, where they have 28, 30 ways of how to use this oil. It adds to our value as a leader, because by getting them to realize how to utilize the oils that they already have, or to put more oils on a monthly order, or maybe if it's every other month, it's going to boost their monthly LRP because they're going to be using Balance more often, Calmer more often, Adaptive, Arise, so something like that. So they're going to add maybe 20 to 40, even if they only like 2 out of the 12. They're going to add that much more PV to their monthly LRP, which benefits us as leaders as well. So that was kind of like highlighting, and I have had a lot of comments of people saying they really like that it's one day at a time, one use, and they usually at the end of the month find like 2 or 3 where they're like, I can do that every day. That was super simple. That one really spoke to how I live my life or my routine. So it's not like I'm adding something super hard or difficult, and it is an oil that is versatile and that they can find. So I feel like the benefit as leaders to the Oil of the Month Club is really upping the LRP of our team.
Thanks. Sorry, Linz, that was awesome. Yeah, I think Linz is so right. I think that many of us, whether or not we've like taken a critical look at it, hey, wait. I love it. That's a little loud. Have a like room for growth in loyalty rewards orders on our team and our organization at large. So it's such a beautiful gift that we can take advantage of what she's created with that. I just want to remind you all to try and make a goal of making a comment on one of Lindsay's posts like once a week. Make a goal of once a week, engaging. It's beautiful synergy that way. It's engaging your customers. Maybe tag somebody that made you think of, and connect with people that way. The campaign is up and running for Project Broadcasting. I got some pretty good feedback on that. People asking for Calmer samples and asking to engage in that. And I think that Emily and I had a good interaction around it last month. So whenever people was like, oh, I want the text, and I tagged her, it's okay to share this, right? I tagged her and it was like, Em has a really full plate right now. So I was like, Em, can you include her in text? And she was like, I can't. And I kind of like called her, we're pretty close. And I was basically like, I don't think you understand how simple it is. So once you have that bundle code in your Project Broadcast, all you do is say, I'm adding that contact to that campaign, done. And it goes. So like my goal was to make that really simple for you so you could offer support. So I just wanted to offer a reminder on that too. Okay.
Amy, sorry, could I jump in 1 second? Only because you made that comment about Project Broadcast. So I do recognize that you guys do have people who are participating outside of Facebook. Mm-hmm. And Melissa had already reached out to me. So if you have someone who's really committed and they're telling you, share their comments in the feed so that other people can see their feedback of because then they can be entered into the drawing as well. So it would count as one of the testimonies or their entry. So we have had people win who are not on Facebook. So
that's a good reminder too. Yeah. If you think about it, we've done 3 solid months of Oil of the Month. I think we've learned a lot. I think we've grown a lot. We think we've built good momentum. So I'm excited for the next month of it. I've got 2 more things I want to talk to you about, and then we're going to dive into our leadership recap and some tips on some things from that time. Did you guys notice some of the really amazing tools in the digital marketing kit? They downloaded a lot. I know there was a lot of info that went out, but did anybody see the doTERRA difference tools that went up? So I printed them out and I just wrote across the top, so good, exclamation point, exclamation point. So, basically, I think I'm going to share my screen to this. Do I have it pulled up? I did have it pulled up. So remember how doTERRA talked about, how we have such great, amazing research on doTERRA lavender being pharmaceutical grade, right? Is that resonating with people? So this is, now we have how we can share it appropriately and well it closed out. So you go into your digital marketing kit, it's not how to find. So it has this really beautiful letter to wellness advocates, and it talks about what their commitment to us is, like the wording that we can use. It teaches you how to talk about it. It teaches you what to say and what not to say. So we're sharing this compliantly and really intentionally. So we're not saying every doTERRA oil is pharmaceutical grade because it's just in that lavender, and you actually can't say that lavender is pharmaceutical grade. You have to use your verbiage carefully. And so they put that out for us. They've got marketing like tools and graphics about purity, consistency, and potency. It's so good. It's so good. So that is there for you, and they're putting those things out for us. So take some time to look at it. I think it's awesome. The other thing that I really want to encourage you to be paying attention to, I'll repeat that my commitment this year is to be on every call that doTERRA does. I'm good about getting to their events, but I want to be on their calls. Their empowered success calls once a month have been so good. And I did miss last month's, and I watched it the next day. It's been so good. I can't say enough about it. And the recordings don't stay up. They do disappear. So that's how you can get the reminders. That's how you can stay in the know on it. This month is going to be called Step Into Service. It's building with compassion during difficult times. Okay. So I'm really excited about it. I think there's good stuff. I would really encourage you to watch those. Amy, did you say that lavender handout is in our team app? No, it's in the digital marketing kit straight from doTERRA, like where all their graphics are in Canto. Okay, so we're going to talk about leadership now, just some highlights. There is no way we can recreate what it was for you. We didn't even go. We sat in a house in like a 300 square foot, not really. It was a really cute little house, and watched it. And it was so good. And we weren't even there, but we're going to do our best to just like give you the highlights, the things that you would want to know. We're going to try and kind of clip through that so you feel energized and refreshed by what we have to share. So Miranda's going to kick it off by sharing about doTERRA's new vision. You're muted, Mer. Gotta go back. Sorry.
I love when I do that. Is that good?
Yeah, you're.
Because I was listening and learning from Doterra Corporate as they talked about how they really dug deep to find what inspires them and like why, and shaping their new vision and mission. It really caused me to like dig deep right alongside of them and just like go deep into myself. And nothing was like fleshed out there, but I still am in the process of that. And to really ask good questions of myself, right? And even of my family, like what is our mission? What is our vision? And I was just like, man, they're good leaders that way too for me, right? So doTERRA's new vision, this is super exciting, is to really triple their impact by 2030. Okay, I'll say it again, or someone maybe can put it in the chat. Triple their impact by 2030. Now, why is vision important? And I'm sharing their words, so it's wordy, but I really wanted to do it to give it justice because I don't want to paraphrase for them. So why vision matters? It inspires extraordinary human effort. It provides guidance for strategic and tactical decisions. See, this is their wording, right? Reminds me of the military a little bit, and creates cohesion, teamwork, and community. So it inspires extraordinary human effort, it provides guidance for strategic and tactical decisions, and creates cohesion for teamwork and community. So mission makes your purpose more meaningful over time, they shared, right? It's a shared reason to strive for excellence. All these awesome, powerful things they were sharing. Now, their new core values, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but it's all over, I'm sure now, is to be the legacy, to be pure, to be curious, to be empowering, be leader focused, and be customer obsessed. And breaking those down just a little bit here, be the legacy is we are good stewards. They were saying us, we are good stewards. I'm a product of our product. I'm obsessed with excellence. I create something that lives far beyond myself, which right then and there, that creates something that lives far beyond myself, really, that I leaned into that, like, oh, I can almost see a picture of, right, like generations after me. It was create something that lives far beyond myself. I'm super grateful that they have that vision. and then some. To be pure is we cultivate trust. They want to cultivate trust. It's important to them. They keep their commitments always. They were encouraging us, of course, to walk alongside them with us. To be empowering is we invest in collective impact. So one team, one doTERRA. To be curious is always improving. Amen to that. And finding a way to say yes. And everybody cheered on that. Ah! Find a way to say yes to everything we ask. To be leader focused. They prioritize, they're going to prioritize their builders, right? The people, they were saying, you guys, you leaders, blah, blah. And they help leaders find a way forward is their responsibility. Helping my leaders find a way forward is my responsibility. And to be customer obsessed. So to serve with excellence. Now, doTERRA helps the world heal. Okay. They help the world heal. And it really makes them cry to say that. They said it's a deep, deep vision and a deep purpose. And they're going the places other companies won't go. Now I ask you, like they asked us, something to jot down or journal or whatever. What is your next mountain to climb?
Thanks, Mer. That was a big one to try and regurgitate. You did really well. Okay, Emily's going to talk about the high impact oils and something else that she learned that she's already been implementing very successfully.
Okay, so one of the things that they talked about, and I was trying to like find the resources to have it all for you, but I don't have all of the slides yet. So they talked about the high impact oils and wanting us to focus on that, so on those particular oils. So what that means is like the oils, there's a pretty good handful of oils that make the biggest difference globally. So like tea tree, for example, is grown in Kenya. So this is like not the right number, but like they gave several examples, so I'm probably mixing some of them up. But when the farmers who are growing tea tree in Kenya are going through, partnering with doTERRA to grow these plants and sell their oils, they're making like 5 times more than they could have been making than they were making previously before they were selling, to doTERRA. So these are the ones like globally that have the highest impact in those communities around the world. And so they kind of listed like, hey, focus on some of these oils, talk about like the difference doTERRA is making globally. So I kind of took that and meshed that up with Bailey King I think she's a presidential diamond. And she spoke, and I've always liked her phrasing is it's quick and it's direct. And I've always liked that. And Amy was like, yeah, do you know why you like that? Is because she's trained by Tasha. She's Emerge. And so for those of you that went through Emerge, she's like, that's why you like her. I was like, it's true. That is why I like her. It's like quick and to the point. So the phrasing that she used was in order to like basically get new builders. So like, sending texts and making phone calls to be like, hey, I want to do this business with you. Do you want to talk more about this? So I kind of took that and made it about booking classes. And so I was like trying to find her slide so I could put up exactly, but you'll have to just handle my paraphrase. So what I like about it, like I said, is that it's like quick, it's direct, it's clear. And so here's what I sent out to people and I have had really good success with already. Okay, so I send a text first. Hey, Nicole, I have a quick doTERRA question for you. Can I call you for a minute? And like, yes, sure. So sending a text first so they know like, this is a quick question. It's only going to take a minute, right? And like, yeah, sure. So then I call, hey, so I just have a minute here, but I have a quick doTERRA question for you that I want to run by you. Like, okay, great. And so this is what I was saying. So last week was doTERRA's leadership retreat, and they talked a lot about focusing on the high impact oils, meaning the ones that make the biggest difference globally. So like tea tree, for example, which is sourced from Kenya, those farmers get paid significantly more through doTERRA than they were getting paid selling their oils elsewhere. So I want to rework my oils presentation so that it focuses more on that. And I was thinking of people that love their oils and that I like, and that would be safe people for me to practice this on. So I'm wondering if you would be like a guinea pig for me and host a class and let me practice on you and on your people until I feel more comfortable doing it. what do you think? And when I was talking about it with Amy, it like felt a little, she's like, why are you smirking? And I was like, because I haven't actually reworked my presentation yet. Like I intend to, I'm going to, but you know what I mean? So it's like win-win. I feel like it's connection with them. So everyone has said yes. Everyone that I've talked to has said yes. So I've booked 2 classes in April and 1 in June. And I feel like it makes me feel better because I'm adding in something that is important to me. It's good for them because they feel like they're getting new information. And I don't know, like depending on where you guys are, you know, nationwide, I feel like in our area, people are like excited to be getting together again. Right, we're heading into springtime. Yeah, I feel like we're in between like crazy seasons for some people, and so people are more open to doing that. And so I've gotten yeses, and I'm really excited. So I do actually have to rework my presentation to like incorporate those. I just haven't done it yet. So that's kind of how I'm like marrying those 2 things.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. I have some pictures of the high impact oils. I'll put those probably in like our text group or somewhere. They're not great. They're from slides, but okay. So Em is totally taking advantage of the gather and give promo. So now Laura Shields is going to tell us what that is and what Emily's about to earn in the next few months.
Okay, so yeah, at the leadership, they announced a couple different promos for builders, for people who are enrolling, for wellness advocates. So here's the first one. It's called Give and Gather. And I think they've done something kind of similar like this before. This is just how they're doing it this year. So between April, May, and June, if you enroll 3 people and those orders are at 100 PV or more, then you, as the person who's enrolling, as the leader, wellness advocate, you are going to receive a Yarrow Palm Renewal Serum. That's that like one that's in like the bigger glass bottle. It's a really nice serum for skin, face, that kind of stuff. So if you enroll 3 people, you qualify for that free gift for you. If you enroll 5 people, then you will get that serum, and you will also get a really special, like exclusive rose facial mist. This sounds really lovely. It's rose oil, it's aloe extract, and witch hazel, and like a little spray mist for your face. So it sounds really nice, really lovely, like light and beautiful. I love using rose already. So if you enroll 5 people with, again, like that 100 PV or more, you get both of those gifts. They said that you can qualify for this promo up to 3 times. So if you also like are enrolling more than just 3 or 5, if you're Emily getting 10, 20, you could get some more gifts. They also said that your customers, so the people that you are enrolling, if they have like their enrollment, right, which is 100 PV, if they also do a PV order the following month that is 100 or more, then they get 50 points. So they get 50 PV, which is really great. It's a great way to then let them know that they're getting like 50% off the next month, that those points will roll into their account the next month. And then just like a really quick note about that, like when you get those free gifts, if you enroll that 3 or that 5 people, they said that they will send out an email to you when you qualify for it with a promo code. So just in case you're kind of wondering like, hey, I enrolled my 3 people, when do I get my gift? You would want to check your email for that promo code. So that is the Give and Gather promo. That's, again, you can like qualify for that in April, May, and June if you are enrolling people between those 3 months coming up here. And then the other one, the other promo is the free membership, which I think I'm supposed to talk about, Amy, right? Okay, good. Because I'm going to. But it also, there's so many things. So I had to keep it straight. So the other one is the free membership promo. And again, this is just where that membership fee, that $35 is going to be waived. So again, April, May, and June, if you have somebody that is enrolling, they're a new person, they can get a free membership if their order is over 150 PV. And the kind of like the special thing with this is that it doesn't have to be an enrollment kit. That is not required for them to get this like free membership. So it's a completely like customizable, is that a word? Customizable way for them to get a membership. They can just enroll with anything that they want, any doTERRA products, if it's over, as long as it's over, 150 PV, then that membership fee is waived. A couple little tips that they had like in their facts and question sheet was, I don't know if you guys have seen like now that with like that free shipping, they have that bar on the cart page when you're like checking your shopping cart. So they said you can also like keep track of, are you getting close to that free membership? Because there will be a little bar at the top of their shopping cart that will say like, hey, you're really close to getting your free membership. So just like a nice way to kind of remind your customers, if you're on the phone maybe with them or you're sharing your screen, again, just like a way to communicate to them like, hey, we're getting really close to that free membership for you. So keep a look there. And then what was the other thing? Oh, like if you're generating a link, I think that was another question that people had was, if you're like sending them a link, a cart, again, just having them double check the, when they place an order, it should just say like membership fee waived. So just some of those like customer focused, reassuring them that you're working hard for them, you're helping, wanting to make sure they get the best deal, that they're getting exactly what they want. So that's really exciting that they can get the free membership. With any order, they can enroll for over 150 PV. And that's what I got.
Thank you. That was amazing. Okay, Melissa, Aroma Touch technique.
Okay, so doTERRA's been talking for a long time. It feels like it. I think they started last summer when Amy and I were in Snowbird talking about the fact that they were going to relaunch the Aroma Touch technique, like that whole program. Dr. Hill had been working on it, and that was what those sessions that he had, like 6 of them over January, February, March, in different parts of the country. That was what that was. So they did a video on 3/31/22 relaunching ATT. I put the link to the video in the chat. You should definitely take some time and watch it. They've got awesome slides, okay? But they explain all of the details, and they talk about how to use it as a business tool and how to help yourself with it just generally in your business. So here's a brief recap. As part of the relaunch, they rolled out the new ATT kit. So it's 15 milliliter bottles. So that includes the Deep Blue Soothing Blend, which has never ever been seen on this planet in a 15 milliliter bottle. So now that's available, but only in the kit. So the 8 ATT oils, the fractionated coconut oil, it includes free enrollment. So if you have somebody that's like, I'm interested in that, they get the $35 waived, and they also get the free training certification with Dr. Hill online. No longer have to travel all over the country and worry about flights being canceled and all that and illnesses and stuff. It's online. So this all launched on 4/1. You can see it in your back office. There's also an ATT refill kit. Oh, wait, let me back up. That new kit is with the 15 ml bottles, and the recertification or certification is $250. And catch this, it's 250 points. So that's really amazing. And they have the refill kit now for $230, all 8 oils for $230 and 230 PV. So if you don't want to purchase the new kit, so if you're like me, I've been doing ATTs like forever and a day. If you don't want to purchase the new kit or the refill kit, you can just do the online training for $97, but there are no points with that. So ultimately what I did is I bought that $250 kit. So after doing the math, I figured that 5 milliliter Deep Blue is $35. So like multiply that out, $70 more. Anyway, the oils are about $270 in the kit, and the kit sells for $250. So I'm getting the free training, and I'm getting 30% back, which is 75 points. I'm getting free shipping. It was kind of like, I ran it by Bad Bob, and he's like, what are you thinking? Get the kit, use it for your classes, show people, use it as a display. It's a really, really beautiful box. But the thing is that they're going from is that Aroma Touch is one of the most powerful methods of introducing essential oils to new people. And as a business owner, you can become an elite factory. You can get several people to 3,000 OV in a month easily by having multiple classes and stacking classes on top of classes. So if you really love math, They have like 1, 2, and 3 month plans to Elite, and you can see those on the slides in that PowerPoint I put in there. But I'm really excited about this as a way to share oils. And the way that we've been implementing this is we had a taste, we had an idea that this was coming. And so Amy and I had scheduled 3 oil layering classes at Superior Street Wellness here in 3 Lakes. But Jerry is going to have one. I'm going to go down to Park Ridge and do it with Jerry and hopefully Susan. And one of Susan's customers is doing one in Rolling Meadows. So the Northwest suburbs, super excited. I'm going to pack up my massage table and go and do that and hopefully book more classes for that. And remember, Oil Life has those little flip caps. So if you're going to be investing and doing more ATTs, make sure you get those $2.99 set of 8 little flip caps for your oils. It makes it so easy and convenient.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. So I'm going to just briefly touch on the, a lot of the enrollment kits have been updated. It's in the digital marketing kit in Canto. It's ready to go for us. A couple things that I think are worth highlighting. I know I don't have a visual. My mom told you about the Aroma Touch technique. The oil collectors kit is back. It's kind of like the Every Oil kit, but it's not. There was like a big outcry for that, and it's back. It's $1,950. Okay, it's for your serious people. Are you ready for that? Healthy, like a lot of them are just getting like updated deep blue branding, right? Like they're working on some of those branding processes. So that's happening. Aroma Essentials, right? With the diffuser and all those pretty diffusing oils is going to come in a rigid box that's meant to be kept for display. So I think that's really nice. Healthy Start is staying the same. Home Essentials is going to be for us. It's going to have the Lulus diffuser, and it's going back to the 10 oils, my friends. So the line is, I love this line, I sell big bottles or little bottles. Which do you want? So you no longer have to close and explain that the Home Essentials is the 8 of those oils swapped out with Balance and Copaiba, not frankincense, not Melaleuca. Done with that conversation. Big bottles or little bottles. Got it? Natural Solutions has a lower price and increased PV. So good things. And they're working on an abode kit, an abode enrollment kit, which I think is pretty cool. Okay. Quick note for you about, they're really calling Convention Connection now. So Doterra Connection coming up in September. Okay. Mark your dates, September 14th to the 17th. We've already had those, but I'm reminding you. Here's what you might not know. It is in person only. You either go to Utah and you attend, or you don't get to, is what they're doing to move forward to really encourage connection and to make sure that people aren't missing out on that. Okay, so tickets are going to go be available on May 18th. And I think I forgot to snap the slide, like $169 a person is usually about where we're at in the early bird pricing. Okay, so keep an eye on that. They said that they're launching a product line that's big enough that they could launch a whole new company off of it. That's like, so I think that's really exciting. So make sure you're marking your calendar and getting ready to buy that ticket. And if you want an in on lodging, speak to Melissa. Okay. I know, right? Okay. Mom, why don't you talk really quickly about pricing and incentive trip, and then we're about there.
Okay, so we'll do pricing first. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen that there was a price increase effective April 1st, and I feel like it's important to know and understand all of the ins and outs. Of course, we know that certain products have become more expensive to produce, and we know that there's inflationary pressure. We know all of that. We also know that Doterra has our back. They're working diligently to keep those products as affordable as they can. They want to take care of their customers without compromising that commitment. The CPTG thing and all of that. But I want you to think about this. When people say something to you, the bottom line is the average increase of price at wholesale was 4%. The average increase of PV was 5%. I think that's really important to understand that, okay? But the part that I appreciate most, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I had read about it and I saw it happen in my back office today, and I was like, man, this is awesome. They wanted to make an easier duplication model for LLV. So along with the price increase, you'll notice that there's been a large increase of PV in those customized and safe supplements that you can add. So that means that if you order your LLV and you add your 3 products, your additional 3 products, you're going to be over 100 PV automatically. And that has just been like the bane of my existence when I say to somebody, order your supplements and then you can get all of your other products, redeem your points, but it's just hard to get them to 100. They're just short all the time. So this is really exciting. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to do was talk about the incentive trip. In 2023, it's going to be in Tulum, Mexico. But catch this, it's a brand new hotel, 5-star. Nobody's ever stayed in it. We're going to be the first people there. So if you have any thoughts or dreams of going on an all-inclusive vacation in the next year, this is it. I strongly consider that recommend that you consider it. You need 125 points to go for free. And if you want to learn more about how you earn those points by enrolling, or the people underneath you enrolling, that whole thing, and LRP adds it to it. But look in your back office, check under resources, and then Founders 2.0, because the point system and the earning system is exactly the same for the incentive trip as it is for going to Tulum, Mexico. And that's why when I sat at the table at the party the first night with all the people who had qualified, and I was like, how did you do it? I want to know. And they were like, I don't know, we're going for Founders, and it just happened. So I just really would love to see you all there. I will put the link, how to earn points, in the chat box for you.
Thank you, Melissa. So good. So I just kind of want to wrap us up here. Did anyone else get the Leadership magazine in the mail? I really like what they've done with it. Not just that it's like pretty paper and all that, but it's just shorter. It's less overwhelming. It's easier to digest. And so I've been more intentional about reading it. And I think there are some really, really good things in there. So what I'm going to do is just like whatever grabs you, hang on to it. Like tuck it away, like tuck that inside, and like let it speak to you. And if something doesn't reach to you, that's fine. Do you want to listen to this part? Yeah. Okay, thank you. We're gonna talk quieter for this part. Okay, so one of the phrases that I thought was really interesting was making sure, and I'll get to this in a minute. So Mary Lou Weaver was one of the first people to speak. She's one of the new founders, first person interviewed in here, and she just talked about choosing your hard. And I know we've heard this before, but she says she mostly works with moms with small children who are trying to support their families from home. And she says she just tells them, it's hard to have a no-show class and still build your business, but it's even harder to stay in debt. It's harder. Is it harder to learn how to communicate and block off time? Or is it harder to just stay stuck where you are? Right. And I just think that I thought that really stuck out to me. And the last line that she said that I thought was so good. A wise friend once shared with me that God doesn't always bring people into our lives because of who we are, but so we can share who He is. And I really liked that a lot. Heather O'Meara was the next interview. And she said every time she feels like quitting, which we've all felt like, she sees it as an opportunity for self-examination. Like what needs to give, what needs to tweak, what can I be doing differently, right? Remember, we're business owners, we own our own businesses. And so we get to make tweaks and make it work for us, okay? And she also said that God has placed people in our lives for us to hold on to for a season. Some will stay with you until the end. Some will stay with you for a while, and others will pass through quickly. And she says she's built a strong community by letting the door always be open for people who are coming and going, and always treasuring all of them. The one other thing and this really sticks out to me because I think it's so true about what I feel like I'm working on right now, is if you help others achieve their dreams, you will achieve yours. And I know life isn't more about dreams, but I think that is so true, that like if you come alongside somebody who's working on what they need to be working on, that it's really powerful for you too. And last one is, this is a super simple tweak you can do. Saying to yourself, instead of I have to, saying I get to, right? Like, oh, I have to leave volleyball because I have to get on a call at 8 tonight. No, like I get to leave volleyball. I'm getting on a call with my team tonight at 8. Okay, one more. Can I share one more? Guys, it's so good. This woman talked about she said, my best advice is to encourage your kids to do their part. I know we're all in different seasons of life, but this is so good. As women, we try to be super moms and do everything. We can be exhausted. We can be resentful. So help your kids engage, help them do, the things around the house that need to be done, include them in your business. And then make sure that you acknowledge your children's sacrifice and contributions to what you're accomplishing as a family, because they're making sacrifices too. Maybe if they have goals they want to work on or something that you want to include them in. Like Whitney recently said, I haven't really gone back to her, but one of her classmates went to Disney World, and she's like, Mom, I want to go to Disney World. And I want to be like, let's make a goal, like include them in the process. It might not be that, it might be a trip to Hobby Lobby, for the love, but to really include them in, I think was beautiful. There was a woman one year who made like the whole thermometer, and they filled up, like they marked off the lines, and when they hit it, they went on their trip. They did go to Disney World. It must be a thing. So I would encourage you, if you feel like whatever you're doing, maybe you're like, I'm just like in more of a sharing season, right now, get on a call once a month with your leader. If you're like, I'm moving forward, try to talk to your leader once a week for like 2 months and see what happens, and see if you can engage in that and really lean into that. I just think that good things are coming, and it's a new chapter for so many of us. Our project broadcast call is going to be tomorrow night. If you think you're going to be on that, would you let me know? We're already getting some of those bundle codes into the Google Docs, so we can be ready to rock for that. Melissa and I will stay on. I didn't tell her this. If anybody has any questions or wants to share something that's working or that they want to talk through or talk about, I'm going to be quiet. And if you guys need to hop off, that's totally fine.